All right, looks like we are live. Hope you guys are doing well. I do see an aircraft, a fellow aircraft in the background, popping in and out, and I believe that is Chris Loach. Chris, what's going on? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. This is going to be fun. So this is going to be a little bit different today, flying some different aircraft, and flight plan is in the chat there for everybody who's flying along. I need to get my rudder pedals squared here. Hey Chris, what's going on? How are you? So as you can see, the all right, Bob, awesome, good to see. As you can see, we are flying the Beech 18 today, and I'm psyched about this. This is going to be a fun flight. It's going to be a little different for me because I can't quite get the checklist on my iPad and be able to be on the stream with the iPad at the same time. So I'm gonna have to use this checklist and hope that it works. Um, but all good. I am super excited for this flight. So let me make sure I got everything off here. Mags are off. Let's see here. Mags off. Landing gear is down. I did something foolish with the landing gear the other day I'll tell you about. Flaps, the cowl flaps are coming open. Parking brake is set. Fuel selectors. Turn them on. Alright, and we'll go to the engine start. Oh, could be, dude, Bob. I can't tell you how much I enjoy this plane. Wheels, what's going on? How are you doing? Good to see you. Really glad you could join us. Um, do you see my windows open? I can't quite tell from over here, and it's cool to see that you're flying this plane too. This plane is so much fun to fly. All right, parking brake is set. Flap zero. I think we already did that. Fuel selector is on. All right, left engine. Ah, okay, this is not too bad. Left engine. Mavericks, what's going on? All right, we're going mixture rich, prop RPM full. No, whoops. Uh, crack the throttle. So I still need to use checklists in this plane. Battery switches on. Generators, well, you can't quite turn the generators on per se. All right, let's prime. So, we gotta go the other way. I always do this. I always get in the wrong side. Classic TV, what's going on from Grenada? That's wonderful. How are you doing? 3, 4, 5. Classic TV, thanks for joining. That's really cool from Grenada. That's awesome. Um, Jamie, I'm doing super good. Hey, it's all right. No worries. I'm not going anywhere. So we have primed. Yeah, we've primed the engine. And now we go to the left mode selector. And that is good. Magnetos. We gotta come over here, go mags on. And there's some kind of difference of opinion on that fuel boost. Oopsie. Fuel boost on left. Check the starter. Or starter actually on, yeah, and check oil pressure. Checking oil pressure is a good idea. Why do I have everything set for the right engine? Alright, left engine is ready to go. And let's hit the starter. Boy, that was a little hesitant, wasn't it? This sort of thing. D-Dog, you are not late at all. You are not late at all, sir. And Mark Carter, hello. How are you from Antigua? This is awesome. Still blows my mind the all the cool places everybody comes from to visit our oil pressure. I should have checked that a little while ago. Just bring that up. Oil pressure is good. Now, let's see, right engine. Sorry, this is going to take me a little bit here, fellas. Mixture, prop, throttle. Really does take a little bit to warm this. Alright, battery switch is on. Generator on. Do you have to prime that right engine? Come on. No. Yes. So. Oh no, wait. I didn't know you could die in that's in the Mark, that's right up here in the in-game menu, which is really pretty handy. I didn't actually know that. I mean, I knew that, but I just hadn't ever used it. Alright, engine is prime. Let's go right engine on the selector. Come over here. Let's go right engine mags on. We'll go fuel boost on. I think I can turn that left booster pump off. And then we will go. I love the smoke that kicks out of the back of the engine when it comes up. I also have to check and see if my... Let me know if the engine sounds are too loud in this plane, because these are these big radial engines and they can be kind of loud. Oil pressure. Oil pressure, come on up, baby. Oil pressure is sort of coming up. It's not real high on this side, so we'll go not quite beacon on. Alright. And now we can go nav lights on steady. Alright. So we'll have to kind of go from here and see what we get. So oil pressure is not looking real good on the right side. I don't quite know why. I don't quite know why, but it doesn't look particularly good. Let me see here. Oil temps are low. Come down here. Open the oil bypasses, see if that helps us. Should help heat up the oil. So, Buckman, what's going on? Awesome. Sebastian, we are in the... I am on the East USA server. So that's my location. I'm nervous about this right oil pressure. It's not looking good. I mean, it's I don't quite know. I don't quite know why that would be. Right, fuel pressure is not real good either, is it? Why is there so much less oil in the right oil tank? That's why we're not getting any oil pressure. And I don't think I can refill it. I have to shut the engine down. With the Denark mod, I have to shut the engine down. Then I have to pull the right side oil shutoff. Then I come up here. See, I can't change that one because it's running. Alright, now we get to go through this whole thing again. Let me just double check and make sure now that I have. Okay. See, but that's the cool thing about this mod is you've really got to watch what you're doing. So right boost pump, right mags. Don't need to prime. Do need to turn that up. Alright, so I should be able to start. The right engine. Nope. So what have I forgotten? Oh, yeah, that'll help. I had my mixture full lean. Okay, there we go. Now. Oh, come on. I might have to hop to the island if this doesn't work the next time. I don't want to spend all day doing this. Oh. Yeah. You wonder how much damage I just did to the engine right there. I just started the engine with no oil. Alright. No, oil pressure's dropping off again. Why? Oh, that's right. No, engine 2's fine. Master is on. Mags are on. Boost pump is on. Let's try priming it again. Oh yeah, yeah. This is the most boring first 10 minutes of a stream in history. I just figured I didn't need to prime it again if I had already primed it, but perhaps I'm wrong. Alright, throttle is cracked. It's on the right side. Come on, baby. Come on. No, it's doing it again. I just don't I don't understand at this point. At this point I just don't understand. Fuel. Booster pump. Mags. I just don't know what else I would need. What else would I need? Mixture rich. Propeller forward. Throttle open 1/4 inch. Battery switch on. Generator on. Prime as required. Mags on. Fuel boost on. Starter. Oil pressure. Yes, yes, yes. And I'm still not getting anything. No. I mean, unless I've now flooded the engine, which is entirely possible. Oil shutoff is in. Oil bypass is in. Turn both booster pumps on? I don't know. Mags are all on. Give it one more try, then I'm switching airplanes. No, it's not gonna hold. Alright, well, unfortunately, I'm switching airplanes. This is silly. I just don't get it. It is fine, but it's clearly not fine. Sorry, guys, I have to switch planes. Sim Update 15 is great. You wouldn't notice it from what I just did. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna switch planes because otherwise we're gonna be here all day. Um, Islander. We're going Islander. We're going. You know, it's gonna be a little slower going. Big deal. We're going MBAC. That's really irritating. I cannot figure out what that was all about. MTCH. We are on all players live, and let's get going. Sorry about that, guys. But in any event, this does make it easier because this plane is really quick to stop. And JJ, you're good because I just spent 20 minutes trying to start the engine with no success. I just don't get it. There was oil. I had fuel booster. I had. Oh well. That's the thing. If you don't use the Denark mod, it's very, very easy to fly. It's like super. It's stupid easy. Nothing can go wrong. But with the Denark mod, um, you've got to use the real procedures, and you can have things happen like that. I may have flooded the engine priming it. I don't think so, because if I had, um, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, rotating beacon on, mixtures and props full forward, master and battery switches on, fuel pumps on. Those are working again. Great. Mags on. I tricked myself too much. Resume. Hold on, because I have now got my controls mixed up because I've got Beach 18 controls. So go, please tell me piston twin. Ay, guys. This is not a good start. Piston twin, please, somewhere. Alright. Fuel pumps are on, that is good. Mags on left. Crack the throttles, take a look outside. And whoever is already in the air, you don't have to worry about me catching you. Not this airplane too, you gotta be kidding me. What would be the problem now? Throttle's cracked. What now? So I assume now that I'm just dealing with something systemic that's not a problem with the D18, it's simply a problem with my sim right now. Let me start all over here. Now I'm really at a loss. Alright, rotating beacon on, mixtures and props full forward, master and battery switches on, external power supply on. You are a true genius. I had the fuel tanks set on the other plane, so it's not that. I'm still trying to figure out what happened with the other airplane. Alright, genius. We've got engines running. That only took us a half an hour. Aye. Starter hood cover closed, mags to both, lean the mixture for taxi, avionics master coming on. Bring the manifold pressure back a little bit. Transponder squawk altitude. You guys are wondering what you're doing on your Sunday here. Alright, external power supply off. Let's release the parking brake. Toe brakes are set. Alright, let's go flying, guys. Jeez. That was painful. That was painful. I have no idea what was going on with the D18, and that's a bummer because oh my gosh, look at that. That's awesome. I have no idea what was going on with the Beach 18 because I've never had trouble starting that plane. I've blown the engines a few times, but I've never had trouble starting it. Oh well, what are we gonna do, right? That is a sweet ride right there. That is a sweet ride right there. Scott Kelly, how are you, sir? Yeah, I don't quite know. Yeah, Crosswind, you nailed it. But I know I had fuel on in the D18. I know I did. So we'll bring in some flaps. We'll go fuel pumps on. I might just do a downwind takeoff to save some time because I've wasted so much of your time already. We'll see. Nav and strobe lights on, landing light on. Is there, if there's traffic at the other end of the runway, which I think there is, yeah, so I'll come down to that end as well. I'll stay off to the side in case somebody's taking off. Oh, Chris, we are going to, I'll type it in. So Cap Haitien in Haiti. So the D18 is a really cool airport. There might be a good place for lunch there, Bob. Actually, that's a good idea. So we're starting. So this leg, let me type in the whole leg right here. MBAC is where we are. And then we're going to MTCH. That's our first leg. And so the Beach 18 is a great airplane. I was so much looking forward to flying that thing today. But such is life, right? Oh, Chris, yeah, the Cap Haitien update looks really sweet. Looks really sweet. I'm gonna come over to this side. And JJ East server. Sorry for the delay on answering. Yeah, Bob. Oh yeah, sorry about that. But that's good. That means we got some good tailwinds, so we'll be ready to roll here. I'm so bummed about the D18. I was so much looking forward to flying that plane. So I really don't have much time in it yet, as I'm sure you noticed. JJ, I'm on the beta, so you might not see me because I'm in the beta, and there's some other people in here on the beta too. We usually have a beta group and a non-beta group. So I'll swing around here. And gosh, the weather looks awesome. Look how cool the clouds look. Alright, mixtures and props full forward. Fuel pumps are on, flaps are set. Takeoff power is coming in. Let's go flying. Airspeed's alive, engine instruments are in the green. 70 knots. And rotate. I'll do a quick turnout so you guys can come out behind me here. Yeah, so JJ, yes, we are, that's where I'm, or no, we're departing MBAC. I'm sorry, JJ, I misunderstood your question. Somebody asked what the destination was, and I put that. Alright, let's see here. Come on, please. Alright, so we're off to a bit of an auspicious start here today. Enter! Oh man, I'm sorry, Enzer. I'm sorry, man. I asked on the chat. Enzer, I asked on the in the Discord earlier if people could fly a little earlier today, and I apologize that you're not going to be able to join us because that makes me feel bad. Yeah. It took me a second, Enzer, but I realized what you meant. So I apologize, Enzo, that you're not going to be able to join us. Normally, I would do 3 o'clock. Just a little earlier works better for me today. But at the same time, it's not always just whether it works for me. The whole point is that we can all fly together 210. Alright, 210 on the heading. So let's spin this around. Spin this around. 210. So once I get settled here a little bit, I can 210. Alright, now. Okay. Got that set in. So yeah, we talked on the Discord early this morning about whether we were going to fly at 1 or 3. But this is great. We got a good number of people on the same server today, which is nice. So climbing 3,000. What do you think? 3,000. Well, no, it'd be. Let's see. I'm gonna go 4,500. Stock Caribbean looks terrible. Yeah, you gotta get World Update 16, baby. World Update 16 looks great. It really does. World Update 16 is fantastic. So we'll carry on up to 4,500 today. And yeah, so I'm definitely bummed about the D18. So the D18 has been so much fun to fly. I don't know if you guys saw me flying it into St. Bart's the other day, which was pretty. That was one of the most fun things I've ever done in this sim. It was absolutely awesome. And yeah, it was just a cool experience. And I was doing some research this morning on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 to really get a handle on what is actually going to be happening. And it's a little bit different than I thought, but there's some really exciting stuff, so I'm going to put out a video on that at some point. And 4,000 climbing 4,500. Take a quick look on Volanta and see what we got here. We got a good crowd. You got a good crowd here on Volanta. Alright, there's 4,500. Bring the props back a little bit. Bring the manifold pressure back. Chris, I'm jealous of you in the beach. I really am. There's Chris behind me in the Beach 18. And I am legit jealous that you're flying that airplane and I'm not. But I guess I'm just gonna have to live with it, right? And it looks like we've got a little bit of a... Hey, Jason, how you doing? Welcome back, sir. Maybe at 6,500 if I don't stop. I'll stop climbing here. It looks like we've got a bit of a right crosswind. No, a left crosswind. So, I guess the rule is when you're streaming, fly something you're familiar with. So that must be the DC-3 behind me. That must be the DC-3 behind me. And one thing I noticed about the D18 is that it's way easier to to trim than this airplane is. This airplane takes forever to trim. Oh, Enzo, I'm really sorry to hear that. I apologize, my friend, because I love it when you're flying with us, and I'm sorry that you weren't. I mean, it almost took until 3 o'clock for me to get the plane off the ground anyway, but I apologize, man. And the other thing I always say I'm gonna do is get the put the streams up earlier than I do. I should, schedule them much earlier so that they're already on the channel so you guys see them. But man, gonna be in Anguilla next week. I was actually just talking to a friend of ours from Anguilla last night, and we're getting geared up. I mean, it's only, it's all, we're going down in August, right? So it's not that long away, really. It's not that far away. So, and there's somebody else that I know that's down in Anguilla right now. But we'll be there in 4 months, and I cannot wait. See the white caps down there. So we got some wind today. Have a look at the, yeah, this is gonna be, that's a 17 knot left crosswind, not too bad. It definitely would have been, winds are 130 at 14 knots down in 130 at 14. This definitely would have been a faster flight in the beach, and that was the whole idea. Altimeter down there is 1014, and it looks like we're now going to start doing the up and down nonsense. So one thing about the D18 is that it's very, very stable. None of this up and down business, and none of this trimming all day long, which is nice. So, how long are you going to be in Anguilla, Enzer? Yeah, it's nice. That's a sweet plane. I love the Grand Caravan. I love the Grand Caravan. That's, he's probably over there. He's just flying around in circles to keep himself entertained. So this will be a little bit of a hop down to Haiti, but it shouldn't be too bad. And then once we're in Haiti, we've got some interesting flying to do. So, take a look here. What is this all about? Let's see. Ah, there we go. 32 minutes en route. 32 minutes en route. So, what shall we chat about? So, like I said, I've been checking out some of the info on FS24, and I watched a couple of people's preview videos, like kind of reviewing what Asobo talked about in their release videos, like the video at Flight Sim Expo 23, and they've done a couple other things. It is JJ. I'll put it right here. It is Island Sim PLT, because you can't put. Oh, whoops. Hey, matey, what's going on? How are you? Island Sim Pilot. that's my name in the sim. Matey, I was watching some of your videos this week, posting some cool stuff. That's what I call in trail. But so all of the okay, Captain JJ, gotcha. That's funny. So, but all of these like review videos that I watched, talking about what they've kind of the information that Asobo has released, they've all missed some really great stuff. So I'm looking forward to putting together my own MSFS 2024 preview video, talking about some of the things that nobody else is talking about. And they've, in a lot of ways, they've released less information than I thought. I haven't really paid too much attention. But in a lot of ways, they released a little bit less information than I kind of thought they did. But they also released a lot more information on certain things that nobody else really talked about. I don't know if nobody picked up on it or nobody noticed the importance, but so I see that coming this week. And let's see, can I? No, I can't. Oh wait, I can do the range with this. Nice. Kind of like this view. So, yeah, definitely gonna do that. So they're gonna have a lot better, and of course I didn't leave my mixtures, which is terrible. Yes, JJ. I think so anyway. Normally the answer to that question is yes. Um, but there's also people here that aren't in the beta that are in the flight, so you should be able to see other people that are not in the beta. Alright, there's the peak. Come in just a little bit. Jay Holmstrom, what's going on? There is, as a matter of fact, actually, yes, there is. They've said now, I think, April 30th, which is what, 2 weeks? At least 2 weeks? Yeah, so you'll see Mish go blue, JJ. You guys are, and I'm sure there's other people that are not in the beta too that are bopping along. 144 knots ground speed. That's not too bad. Not too bad in the old putt putt here. Not too bad. But one of the things that I thought was really cool is that they're going to be able to get a lot more out of satellite imagery than they have up until now, which is going to be important for places like Africa where they don't have a lot of, like basically anywhere that they don't have photogrammetry available, which is a lot of the world. You know, because in a lot of places you need government approval and blah blah blah, and they're just not getting it. No, we're gonna continue on down to. We're gonna do another leg after this one. So I got about 25 minutes left on this leg, and then the next one's gonna be another 45 minutes probably. So you got some time. And the beta's pretty good at this point. But anyway, they're gonna have some really cool. Nice, that DA42. So they're gonna have some really cool scenery in places where they haven't had it before, and they're using machine learning to kind of update to make a lot of the terrain better. So it's gonna be neat. I think Flight Sim 24 is gonna be pretty darn cool. I really do. Check the winds here. Alright. So we're gonna be, oh, that's a D18 right there, I can see that. Gosh, I'm so jealous. DC3. That's great. Well, you should probably catch us pretty easily. That is such a cool airplane. I'm in love with the D18, like legit in love with that airplane. It's a cruise speed of a DC3. Oh, 207 miles an hour. You should catch us pretty. You should catch us pretty quick in the DC3. D-Dog, you should have no problems catching us in that airplane. Alright, and I don't know why. This swinging up and down thing. I've never used that before. I've never used the Simrate thing. So once we get into Haiti, this is going to be a lot more interesting of a flight. JJ, I'm kind of doing for this flight. It's going to be a little bit of navigating because of the mountains. There's some pretty high mountains in Haiti, so we're gonna kind of have to go through like down here and then over and then down and over to get to where we're going. Um, Someone actually kept you up earlier at the cabin. Told my wife, "Let's go. I have to fly because I can't get through the time correct." Sorry, Jason. I'll have to post like multiple times because I feel like Zulu time has gotten confusing lately because it's in my company we use Zulu time because it's all over the world, and like people use GMT and call it Zulu time, and GMT and Zulu time are not the same thing. Um, I am in the Islander today. I'm in the Islander. That's the DC-3 right there. He caught us right quick. And there's the Beach 18. So now we got our crew. Now we got our crew. 20 minutes out, you can start seeing the coastline now. It should, yeah, Jason. I think where you are. But yeah, we got people from from Europe. We got people from all over the place. So I try to keep it something that like everybody can try and do is clear the runway. Yeah, sorry, Bob. But at least I hope you enjoyed flying that plane. We're not too far behind you. We're about 20 minutes out. Probably won't even be that long because once we start descending, we'll be going. We'll be getting a little quicker. So I don't know if you downloaded the scenery, Bob, from flightsim.to, but it looks sweet. So the RJ, New Hampshire. Yep. So we're in the same time zone. I still can't quite figure out. You ever notice that some countries have time zones that are a half hour off? That one I can't quite figure out. Instead of being like a 5 hour difference, it'll be like 5 hours and 30 minutes. Like, let's go Yankees. Correct. Zulu time is not the same as GMT. Yeah. Well, actually, no. Hold on. What am I talking about? So Zulu time is military time, and then there's UTC, which is Coordinated Universal Time, the worst abbreviation in history. Now I'm confused. Which happens often, by the way. Yeah, so GMT and Zulu time are the same. What I was thinking of is, so in my company we have a major hub in London, and they use London time in place of GMT, but they say GMT. But of course, British summertime is different than GMT. It's an hour off. That's what I was thinking. So I was wrong about that, Brian. Sorry about that. No, so yeah, I was thinking of British, like British summertime, British standard time, But Zulu time and GMT are the same thing, and the whole point of Zulu time and GMT is that it's always the same, so you don't have to do any math, or worry about what time of year it is. But yeah, British summertime, exactly. So, all right, starting to get close here. All right, so I got 4,500 feet to lose, and I got, let's say, 10 minutes to do it. Be about 500 feet per minute, so we'll wait like another couple minutes and then start descending. I wish I was in the D-18. I've always enjoyed flying this plane, but from the minute I started flying the D-18, I was like, this is just a different thing. Just a different beast. And I'm going to have to look on... So once we head out of Cap Haitien, it's going to be pretty much visual. Southerly heading of about 170 for about 30 miles. And then a left-hand turn, we're going to be right in a big valley between some pretty high mountains, actually. Hopefully that's going to work. Hopefully that's going to work. Oh, Chris. Oh, no way, Brian, that's pretty interesting. Chris, it's so easy to do in that plane. I almost wonder if it's too easy to do, honestly. But I've done 6 flights now in the D-18, maybe 7, and I killed the engines on both of them. I killed the engines on 2 of them. Carb ice, okay, yeah, you gotta keep an eye on the carb ice. Yeah, so one of the things that I read, Chris, is it's got to be you got to keep it in the upper end of the green. Yeah, I think the manifold heat levers will do the trick for you. But honestly, I almost kind of wonder if it's a little too easy to blow the engines in that plane. But it certainly could be incompetence on my part, that's for sure. I still can't figure out why that wouldn't start. Oh no, Chris. Well, at least you can reload in Cap Haitien and join us there. That's frustrating though. But I want to know why that right engine wouldn't start. And I want to know why it didn't have as much, because I know I loaded it full of. That's the thing with the D-18 with the Denark mod. You've got to keep an eye on like the oil, like the amount of oil level is persistent between flights. So if you and that plane will leak oil. So if you leak some oil and you don't check it, you can be in trouble. But I know I filled the oil before the flight. I know I did. And then when I got the engine started the first time, it was running, but it only had half as much oil as it should. So the oil pressure never came up. But that's kind of what's fun about flying that airplane. It's kind of what's fun about flying that airplane. So I think the airport is literally like right in here. Go another little bit here, then we'll bring the bring some power out and start the descent. The other thing I did, so I've learned from the um, I've learned from flying the D-18 because I don't have a high performance endorsement, so I don't know how to. I technically don't really know how to fly. Um, you know, fixed pitch or variable pitch propeller airplanes, but I usually pull the props back first, and that is not correct. That is not correct. Bambasso, how are you, sir? Yeah, you know, I kind of think I messed up today by moving the time up because there's a couple people, you and Enzer, um, who would have been able to make it if I hadn't moved the time up. But I moved the time up to comply with a request from Mrs. Islandson Pilot. But good to see you, Mambaso. Start our descent here in a little bit. So I'll bring about 2 inches of manifold pressure out. Should be enough just to start a nice easy descent. So what we got for runways here? We have runway 2305. So we're gonna have to make a little bit of a descent. We're gonna have to not descent. Make a downwind, fly the other, land the other direction. Not too far out. So, hey Jamie, awesome. I mean, that's the thing is we can't always have one that works for everybody. Yeah, D-Dog, JJ's right. It's sometimes if you don't have the plane, you won't see it. Like I've never seen the D-18 before in multiplayer, and now I have because I bought it last week. And once again, the airplane does not want to descend. So I'll bring a little bit more out here. Alright. I tell you what, the weather in Sim Update 15 is looking unbelievable. It's really looking unbelievable. I do not have the DA-42. It's a cool plane though. Dude, Jason, I've never heard it too early. Come on. You're good. We're not going to tell anybody. Let's put it that way. You know, it's weird. I've noticed that with the DLSS 3.7, some days I get a ton of ghosting, and some days I get none. I don't quite know. Hey, Gregory, how are you? Good to see you. D-Dog, you might not have. Do you have? I don't know. That's unusual. I was thinking of model matching, but that shouldn't be an issue. Shouldn't be a model matching thing. Um, like on VATSIM, it could be a model matching issue. So I don't know, D-Dog. I don't know. We're kind of coming down a little slower than I planned, but it's gonna work. It's gonna work. Yeah, Jason. One of the things that I like about when we're in the islands, like we don't do anything at night. You know, like if we're in Anguilla, we don't do anything at night. Um, hey, Greg, we'd love to have you. We'd love to have you. Watched a couple of your videos within the last week, by the way, and that's some really cool stuff. Um, so keep doing that because I love watching Caribbean videos in the sim. But yeah, when we're in Anguilla, we don't do anything at night. Like we're in bed at 7:30, 8 o'clock. So we don't watch TV. We don't do the nightlife thing. I don't really think there's that much nightlife in Anguilla, but maybe there's probably more than I realize because I don't. Oh no, Mike. There's no bottle to throttle rule in the sim. No rules on that one. But yeah, like you'll often have a cocktail with lunch and then, but like by 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock we're done. We have dinner, go to sleep, and then you wake up feeling great the next day. As opposed to like, that's the worst part is extending your evening hours, and then the next day you feel pretty bad. You know what I mean? So 3,000 feet. Bring the mixtures in here in a little bit. But no, there's no bottle to throttle in the sim. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Anguilla's very, very safe. You know, Anguilla is very safe. The other places that are not as safe, like we were in St. Croix, and I didn't like was not did not feel super safe in St. Croix, and definitely would not have spent any time like at night out at places. Go mixture full forward. But Anguilla is pretty safe. I mean, Anguilla is very safe. The only, it's very rare, like that. Very rare that there's any serious crime in Anguilla. I don't think there are. Actually, you know what? I take that back. But there's no like chain hotel. There's no like Sandals or like anything like that in Anguilla. But I know they have like some of the hotels have like food packages and stuff. Anguilla is generally pretty high end resorts. The place we stay at is like the one of the first. Start bringing power out here. One of the first places. 2100. We stay at a very kind of low key place in Anguilla. I mean, Anguilla can get crazy expensive. Crazy expensive. Like I'm not spending $700 a night for a hotel room. Just not doing it. You know. But I'll type the place into the chat that we stay. You check, just look at Caramar Anguilla, and you'll see where we stay. Really cool place, very, very low key, very quiet, but it's on the most beautiful beach. That's all I really care about, is just going to the beach. And then from Caramar, like if you fall off your balcony, you'll land in the sand. You know what I mean? Which is what I'm looking for. So 2,000 feet. The water masking. Look how good this looks. Black line doesn't look very good, but this looks amazing. Okay. Back to about 17. Come down under 115 knots. We can get some flaps in. And we can see our point of interest again real quick here. About to fly right over it. Get those flaps in. Oh, whoops. So there's the point of interest right there again. The cathedral here. Really, really cool stuff. Another thing they're gonna have in Flight Sim 24 is boat traffic, live boat traffic, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Pretty cool in my opinion. Alright, get the power out here a little bit. Alright, let's go fuel pumps on. Mixtures are rich. Yeah, I definitely need more time in the Beach 18 before I start flying it. Before it's ready for prime time. Before I'm ready for prime time. It's ready for prime time. I'm not. Alright, we'll go second notch of flaps. JJ, you can load in right here in Cap Haitien and you will be with us. Yeah, Jamie, I totally agree. Like, and especially like in the Caribbean, you know, I mean, boat traffic is a pretty important part of the whole picture, you know. Mixtures and props full forward. Alright. Standard drop a little bit of altitude here. Yeah. So this should be a pretty cool little airport. This is the new add-on airport. The new version from FlightSim.to. You can see how the runway is like patchy. Alright, mixtures possible forward, flaps are set, fuel pumps are on. Gonna land a little long here, so I don't have to taxi for a half hour. You can see the airport fence all around. Alright, we'll aim right for that last set of bars there. Blaze FM, this is Haiti. We are in Haiti. Oh, Sebastian, I'm sorry to hear that. Alright, bring some power out here. Alright. Decent crosswind correction, not the greatest landing in the world, but yeah, we'll go for the island. That's a good choice, Bob. That's a good choice. So yeah, I mean, this is another freeware airport that is just mind-boggling as far as I'm concerned. Lean the mixtures here, get my flaps up. It just looked like normally I wouldn't have stopped back here just because we've already done this airport, but I just thought it'd be cool to see what they did. Haiti on a cruise once. The only place in the world I've ever been. I felt guilty for it. Drinking beers on the beach. Yeah, Jamie, I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Thanks, Blaze. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, and a lot of people just don't have any concept of that, which is unfortunate. You know, I mean, I've seen some pretty unbelievable behavior from people, and I'm not even talking like, you know, college kids or whatever, like 20, 25-year-olds that you kind of expect to act silly, you know. But I mean, I've seen like grown people acting pretty dumb in in various ways in the Caribbean. It's like you have some appreciation for, you know, or some decency, you know, compared, you know, with the considering where you are, you know, have some respect for people, but not everybody does. So yeah, and this is one of the things I was thinking was pretty. I mean, look at this. This is freeware, and they did like see over here, all of the like the shipping containers and broken down cars and like it's just amazing. See the smoke coming up right there? See that? You see the smoke coming up from the just outside the airport there and over here? So this is, I don't know who did this airport. It's not a lot of the developers that do stuff in the Caribbean I'm familiar with, but this one I'm not. Um, but I tell you, it's oh, Mark, I've got FS Realistic. But now that you mention it, it's not loaded. Oh no, it is. Whew. It is loaded. I didn't really get much FS Realistic addition there to my landing, did I? Like any squeak squeak? It didn't sound like. All right, so uh, traffic vacating the runway here. What time is sim clock waiting at MDBH? Sim clock right now. What time do I have? I've got. I don't know. There's no clock on this airplane. There should be a clock on this airplane. It's a IFR airplane. Where's the clock? There has to be a clock on this airplane. So, oh, there's a clock on the GPS. So that's why there's no clock. But my actual time right now is 14:20. I do military time. It's easier. So let's see. So I think it's time to matriculate here, and we'll head. Whoa, where's my plane going? Sorry, I was looking at my map. Looking at my map. All right, so heading of about 170 should be. And actually, before I get going, I should put the. I should put. What is it? MDBH. Whoopsie. MDBH. Direct to MD. B. H. All right, yeah, and generally speaking, like people from Anguilla, it's like they're like the nicest people in the world. They really are. All right, and the other thing about I didn't change my altimeter 1014. The other thing about Anguilla is like if you're in a tourist town, like let's say you're like in Orlando or something like that, like everybody knows you're a tourist and they treat you nice because of it, you know. JJ, we are going. We're gonna go south and then a little bit southeast. We're gonna go heading about 170 for about 30 miles, and then we're gonna turn left down a valley. We're gonna kind of come like this way and then over and then down. We'll see how. We'll see. I mean, it's gonna be dependent on. Hopefully, I have enough gas. It's gonna be dependent on what kind of mountains we run into. It should work, the route I have, but we'll see. Alright, I'm gonna swing around and take off from about here. Alright, take off flap set, fuel pumps coming on. Alright, and there's plenty of room on the runway. Alright, mixtures and props full forward, fuel pumps on, flaps are set. Takeoff power coming in. Takeoff power is set. I've never done any of I didn't check my. Never done any of the bush trips. I don't know if any of you guys have. Alright. Cool airport though. Really well done. In my opinion. Alright. Manifold. I gotta remember, manifold pressure back first. Oh, okay. Some of the bush trips in Alaska. I've never done Alaska in the sim. I don't know why. I'm not really that. I don't find Alaska that interesting. Like from a flight sim point of view. Man, this is beautiful, isn't that? Alright, let me get some trim in here. 100 knots is perfect. And I think if I get right up in here and then take a left, I think that's what we're looking at. Or maybe not. Let me have a look here on the old map. Alright. Yeah. Whoopsie. Yeah. That should do it. I think that should do it. think getting right in. I think the valley is like right in here, and then a little bit left. I turned my fuel pumps off here. Check me fuel pressure. Me fuel pressure is looking good. So hopefully, yeah. I mean these are some serious mountains in Haiti. I mean some serious mountains. Some of them we're talking 13,000 feet. Thirteen and a half thousand feet, something like that. Alright, start leaning mixtures here. Nice. It was funny, that road was like a perfect kind of like straight line to where we were trying to get to. Alright, 3,000 climbing. Let's see. See if course a 173. We'll see if 173 will do it. Try 5,500. No, it'd be 6,500, I think. Yep, it would be 6,500. Let's try 4,500. What do you think? Try 4,500. We'll see. Looking pretty good. I don't want to get too much higher. We might get into the clouds there. Bring the manifold pressure back. Bring the props back a little bit. And let's see if we can level off. Yeah, it should be good. Little Haitian bush flying here. Not quite. So wind is out of the east. So once we get up into the valley here, I think there's going to be a couple airports along the way. Actually, now that I looked at the map a little bit closer. Lean, lean, lean. Alright, that should be pretty good. Yeah, we're gonna be going right along. So there's a theory of flying which I think is pretty hilarious, which is referred to as IFR. I follow roads. And that's what a lot of people do. And that's pretty much what we're going to be doing. Just following this this valley and this river. It looks like in the road. Which is pretty funny. I think once we get over those like kind of those two ridges out in front of us, that's when we take a left here and head down the valley a little bit. So we're going to be going over Pinon Airport, which should be up on our right. And then Hinchy Airport, which should be up on our right as we go along. I think once we get into the valley. Exactly, Jamie. I follow rivers. But we actually, it's a perfectly valid way to fly. In a lot of ways, it's a smart way to fly, depending on what the terrain is. But in particular, if you're night VFR, following major roads is a really, really good idea. Because highways make great runways when your engine quits. Highways make really nice runways. So, yeah, so far the strategy's looking good. Nice. Yeah, I think we get right over that second ridge out there, and it's going to flatten out. We go right down the valley to the left. And we're going to go over, let's see, this St. Raphael off to our right now. I think it's over on the other side of that ridge. Right over here, there's a city, or town, village. And then what else have we got here? Yeah, and straight ahead of us is Hinchy. Once we get over that next ridge. I'm sure if I had the turbulence on anything other than low, I'd be getting thrown all over the place right now. Hey Faraz, how are you doing? I'm doing very well. Doing very, very well. Had a great breakfast this morning. Mrs. Island Sim Pilot outdid herself. She made me sausage biscuits and gravy. Oh, so good. Why is everything that tastes really, really good not good for you? It's kind of wrong. Or right, who knows? But I'm doing well, Faraz. It's good to see you. Brooks, what's happening? We are making our way through Haiti. And of course, I just realized I'm like completely VFR. I don't have to. I'm gonna skirt right along the edge of this right here, and then that'll should save us a little bit of time and effort. And then up should get pretty mountainous once we get up into this valley. But you can see the other side. So the valley goes right through here. That's the other side of it, and this is this side of it. So it actually doesn't look like it should be too bad. So they're going to be... hey, D-Dog, thanks a lot for joining us today. It's good to see you. Appreciate the time, my friend. Yeah, it looks really good, doesn't it? It looks really good. And so one of the things that they were talking about for Flight Sim 24 is the like area, not necessarily areas like this. I mean, they've clearly got like a decent coverage of this area, but like I did a flight in Africa, my first African flight, a couple weeks ago, and I was just blown away by it. It was so neat. But there were huge kind of portions of the area where you just couldn't. There wasn't really much in terms of like the ground, like the ground tiles. They just, they look kind of like like patchwork. Like you know that like rubber flooring that you can like you can mesh them together and like create however big a floor you need. Like that's what it kind of looked like. They just looked like these. They were like kind of flooring that was stuck together. Hey D-Dog, thank you so much again. Really appreciate it. And good to see you again. But what they were talking about in what Sebastian from Asobo was talking about is that they're going to be able to use satellite imagery and turn that satellite imagery from 2D into 3D. And I guess it's like something that either Asobo or Microsoft themselves invented for the sim to be able to do this in the sim. And so areas like remote areas of the world are going to look a whole lot better, like a lot better, and they're going to use machine learning. Brooks, Bermuda. You know what's funny? I've never flown to Bermuda in the sim. That's a good. We should do that one, or I should do that one. And not only that, but our good friend at SLH Sim Designs has a Bermuda. I forget what the name of the airport is, but he's got a Bermuda scenery, and it's phenomenal. Got a really, really beautiful Bermuda scenery. Excuse me for clearing my throat and your ears. 1 second. Oh, okay. Sorry about that, guys. Just had to. And I think you can see the end of the valleys right there. So if we cut over this way, we should be good. I know some people who have flown there. I know one person anyway who's flown there. But you're right. And you know what's weird about Bermuda is like I don't realize how far north Bermuda is. I mean, Bermuda is like a not even a 2-hour flight from New York. Like it's really close. It's really not very far away. Unlike me from my desired altitude. I am very, very far away from my desired altitude. Sun's coming out, nice. And this is Hinchy. That is Hinchy. And one of the other things they're gonna do with AI, you can see sometimes there are like clouds on the ground from the satellite imagery. Like there's one, I know there's one going into Piarco in Trinidad. There's a really, really big one. And which one? This whatever the latest version is, I think it's like 2.3. But they're going to be using AI to remove those either the clouds or the sometimes there's like shadows on the ground from the clouds that are in the photogrammetry image or in the Bing image. And they're going to use they're going to use AI to remove all that stuff, and they're going to use it to like help update the hills and like what things. It's I mean I think it's gonna be pretty wild. Yeah, black box JJ. Yes, whatever the latest one is. I don't think he's updated this in like at least a year. Which is neither here nor there. I mean, you know, whatever. It's a good airplane. It's a fun airplane to fly. Oh yeah, there's a little airport right there in town. So there's one on Atlantic City, Bob. Yeah. So they're going to use AI to kind of mitigate that sort of stuff, which is pretty neat. You know, it's interesting. We could go down there and then over 2 lakes, which would be kind of neat. But it looks like a lot heavier scenery, like higher mountains down there. So, but there's some big like inland waterways. And I guess if I don't turn left, I am gonna wind up down there. So heading about 130 now. Should get the job done. So I guess next time I have the idea of doing a faster plane flight, I'm gonna have to pick like the Bonanza or something, because I clearly don't have the requisite abilities right yet in the Beech 18 to get the job done. Maybe 140. I can't really see. There was that hill over there on the right side, which was like the end of the valley. But hey, get some cloud time here. But you'd never guess you were in Haiti right now, would you? And I tell you, I don't know if you guys saw the video I did of landing the Beech 18 in St. Bart's. The weather on that flight was unbelievable, and it was so accurate too, because I was watching the webcam from St. Martin, and the weather was super accurate, and it was just so good. DA-62. The DA-62 is a stock plane, right? I've flown that a couple times. Yeah, Jason. And that's why I did it. Even though the weather was rotten, I knew like the only chance I would have. I mean, that was legit into a 20-mile headwind. 25, really. I think it was steady like 24 knots. And if I didn't have that 24-knot headwind, there's just no way I would have gotten that plane stopped. You know? The DA-42. DA-42 is what, the baby brother of the DA-62? DA-42. Because I mean, I like those planes. I like the diamonds. They're pretty sweet. As a matter of fact, I mean, if I was a wealthy man, the A62 would be a really sweet airplane to own. You know, I mean, like, nice performance, 2 engines, good stuff. I'll have a look at the DA42. I don't do many new airplanes and then airplane reviews. Oh, cool, Jason. That's awesome. It was fun. That was when I think I said it in the video, and it was absolutely the most fun I've ever had in this simulator. That flight, so much fun. DA-42, huh? You know what I've found with like people who do the plane reviews? They do like really quick, like they don't fly them for any period of time before they do the review. And it's kind of like, oh, okay, it's got 2 engines and it flies nice and it lands nice. Okay, thanks for that. You know, like they don't really do much in terms of actually reviewing the plane. Buckman, I mean, to see me, yes, because I'm on the beta. But there are other people in the flight, Buckman, who are not in the beta. So you should see some people, because I know Mishko Blue is there. He's not in the beta. I'm 300 feet above my desired altitude, which is pathetic. The nose down here. There's the DA-42. $30 US. That's not too bad. I mean, if it's a nice plane. I still don't have the I still don't have the whatchamacallit, the Comanche that everybody raves about. Who is that behind me? That is I don't know because they're not on Volanta, so I can't tell you. And we're going right directly towards San Juan de la Maguana. I don't know where that is or what that is, but we're going towards it. Yeah, I agree with you, Jason, on that one. Show the outside again. Got one up here, got one here. There was one over this way. So, okay, RJ. So I knew there was another plane over in that direction. I saw it before. Yeah, we're not doing too bad. We're not doing so bad. Let's see, what are we making here? What are we making here? I can never find that page. Oh, there we go. 141 knots. That's not real bad at all. You know, 141 is not bad at all. So, let me see here. Yeah, we gotta stay left here for a little bit further. Okay, JJ, it's you right behind me. Yeah, so I like that DA-42. It looks nice. They're like such clean airplanes, you know. The diamonds. I like the layout, and I like yokes. I think yokes are really, or sticks rather. I've never flown a stick, but well, that's not true. I've flown gliders, but they are all right. But they are super intuitive. Like the side stick, I wouldn't think is very intuitive, but the yoke, like the stick, is really intuitive. It's very, very easy to fly. These mountains aren't as high as I thought they were. We could have just gone straight over the top, but that's alright. Nothing wrong with a little bit of VFR navigation, right? Yeah, we just go right around. I don't know if that's someone in our group or not. Just go right around the edge of this. Just go right around the edge of that. We'll be good. Let's see here. Oh, I can post my pictures in Volanta. I forgot to do that. What do we got? Another cool thing about Volanta is you can upload screenshots, which is kind of fun. Yeah, I think just basically the Islander is just a better streaming airplane. Well, at least for this type of flight, it's a better streaming airplane than the Beech 18. Maybe the stagger wing would be good. I tell you what, hey Voyager pilot, what's going on? How are you doing? Welcome aboard. Welcome to another channel member. Thank you, sir, for the support. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it very, very much. And maybe. What I was gonna say was, like, I know that the Coronado airplanes in general don't really get a lot of credit for being well. They look nice, but they're supposedly not that great to fly. The Beech 18 is an absolute joy to fly. It really is. It really is. Oh, we're doing some aerobatics here. Alright, what are we looking at here? We've got... This is what you're doing when you're flying a faster plane around the Islander. Like, doo 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 doo. Let's see here. We should be coming up pretty close on... There should be two airports right out in front of us. Why is... Oh. Why did my manifold pressures drop? One reason could be carb ice, but I don't think I have carb ice. Huh. Weird. Yeah, he is doing circles around me, literally. Literally. So... But yeah, the D18. So I don't know how much of the flight model is different because of the Denark mod versus the original Coronado flight model, but it just flies so nice. It flies so nice. It's another thing in Flight Sim 24. So they were showing, like, if you look at a plane like that view, you know, there's like maybe right now maybe like 20 or 25 like points of where the wind affects what the plane does. Like there. Whereas in Flight Sim 24, there's going to be like hundreds of places where the wind is going to be affected by whatever the surface, what like the angles of the surface, and like, so in other words, the flight dynamics are going to be way better, way better. Oh, that's great, Buck. That's funny. Yep, there's my clock. Collimator 79. What's going on? How are you doing? Oh yeah. It is. I'll tell you what. If you're not in the beta, Collimator, if you're not in the beta unless something changes between now and when they release the beta on April 30th, it is 10 times worse in Sim Update 15. I mean, I've always seen like maybe a tile here, a tile there, nothing big. But in Sim Update 15, it is atrocious. I mean, horrible. And I don't know what it is. Nobody has a solution for it. You know? I mean, nobody has a fix for it. I mean, there's a way, like, you can. Some people say if you go to a drone camera and, like, zoom up and then come back in, your plane will go away. I don't know. But it's horrible. But I'm always fascinated by seeing, like, the countryside. I mean, this is what it looks like where I live, basically. Oh shit! I thought there was a propeller for a second. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't have a propeller in front of me. Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. I'm sure you've noticed. I never, before Sim Update 15. I mean, I had a little bit of it, In Sim Update 15, it is awful. I mean, awful. And I'm sure you've noticed that. It's just absolutely terrible. So hopefully this is going to open up through here. Hopefully it's going to open up through there. And right over there is San Juan de la Maguana, which I am saying with a horrendous American accent. That's okay. I might be bored if I was going. Well, you're probably not bored because you're flying around in circles having fun. Yeah, Jamie. I mean, some bleed through is I think what we're all used to, but in Sim Update 15, it's 10 times worse. I saw some of it before now, but in the Sim Update 15 it's just appallingly bad, like really bad. Let me get an altimeter setting here. What is our 13014 altimeter 1016? Okay. All right. So it looks like there's 2 airports in this little town right over here. I don't know why they would have 2 airports there, but they do. That's what it looks like it. Oh, it's in Atlanta, okay. Yeah, like just north of... Just on the other side of this city, there should be a couple little airports over there. Isn't this beautiful? Should be right in that area, but I don't see him. Alright, time to do some scud running, I think. Yeah, so we're gonna head this way, heading about, whoa my, now that is a fast airplane. That is a fast airplane. Heading about 180 now. Well, I'm gonna aim kind of like right through here. Top Gun has arrived, JJ Stevens. Yeah, Jamie, there was, where was I? Oh, Anguilla. In the video I did with the Beach 18 landing in St. Bart's. I took off from Anguilla and it was all grass. You know, and it pops in and out and like it's pretty annoying. Why is my manifold pressure dropping? I would tend to think it's because I have perhaps a bit of carb ice. So let's heat those up and we'll see what happens. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is called scud running. And it's not too good. Hey Wilbur, that's alright, man. You know, real world gets in the way sometimes. But it, sometimes other things get, you know, have to take your time, but it's good to see you, Wilbur. How you doing? It's been a good flight so far. Uneventful once I got my airplane off the ground. Hopefully there's not like a really tall mountain right on the other side of these. That would be bad. So I don't need that much carb heat. Let's see. Yeah, it should do it. That's a nice thing about a carb temperature gauge, is you can use as much carb heat as you need. But, Wilbur, no need to be sorry, my friend, but we did miss you, brother. Always good to have you with us. So, we got, what? 12 minutes. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, the weather is just so good. I mean, look at this. Stock weather in a flight simulator, and it's just beautiful. Nice muck. This is what we call muck. Flying in the muck. Awesome. I'm glad you got a chance to take a little bit of a break, Wilbur. I tried to fly the D-18, but I couldn't get one of the engines started. So we hopped into the old trusty rusty Islander, which just turned out to be just fine. You know, turned out to be just fine. And let's see what we've got. Runway 12, so it's pretty much perfect. Pretty much perfect. Be an easy right base. Winds are 130, so it's gonna be right down the runway. So we should be in good shape. Should be in good shape. God, this view is kind of cool, actually. So heading of about 170 should get me where we're looking to go, and then the runway is this way, 120. So yeah, a little bit to the right here, and then I can come in and just make a left base. Good old left base entry. You know, Jamie, I don't know. I mean, well, That's hysterical. So you actually flying the jet? That's crazy. That's great. But Jamie, yeah, I did see that. I was always a real Environment X guy. I never used Active Sky that I can remember anyway. Um, and I mean, in terms of like, if I had an unlimited budget and it's a lot better, yeah, like I'd buy it. But I mean, how much better is it going to be than this? Is my question. Um, Wilbur, yeah, the weather is really top. Exactly. So you're in the Dominican right now, Wilbur. That's amazing. I can never get over the fact that there are people that are actually where we're flying. That you're actually there, and we're just pretending we're there. It's so cool. Um, but yeah, Wilbur, the day I did the flight from Anguilla to St. Martin, or to Anguilla to St. Bart's in the Beach 18, I was watching the weather on. Well, I was watching looking at the airport weather reports, and then watching um, the webcams from St. Martin, and it was like exactly correct, the weather. It was so good. All right, now's a good time to start bringing some power out. But yeah, that's definitely my question, Wilbur, is like, how much better is it going to be? And like, if I have a choice between spending $30 on something that makes the weather a little bit better, or spending $30 on the DA42, I'll spend on the DA42. Just a better use of my money. Vale, this is the Vale. This is the Britain Norman Islander. And auto thrust blue, yes sir. The A320, if that's the one you're talking about. It's the A320. Wilbur, that's awesome. That's so cool. I wish I was down there right now. It would be nice and warm. JJ, I missed your comment too. I caught it too late. But if you see this right here, that's what a lot of the Africa terrain looked like. Like, it looks like just patches, That's what a lot of the Africa terrain looked like. And I'm really excited that they're going to have so much better scenery in Flight Sim 24. So there's 19, so I can bring the props back now. I was chastising myself. I need, I make no like excuses for the fact, like, I'm not a twin engine pilot. I'm not a variable pitch prop pilot. I fly a Piper Cherokee. I fly pretty basic airplane in real life, and but I try to fly everything as realistically as I can. But at the same time, it's so basically what I'm saying is, like, I was kind of like a little bit disappointed in myself that I'm not putting a little bit more effort in, because I can learn how to fly. I can learn. As a matter of fact, I bought a book on flying twins yesterday, so I wanna like get into that stuff and get into a little bit more into the variable pitch engine management stuff. And it's good for me to learn anyway, but I also want to have a little better grasp of it when I'm flying and flapping my gums. But I mean, this look at this weather. I mean, and this is what it's like. There's not oftentimes when you're like right at the base of the clouds, like, there's not a really defined base. You're just kind of like you know, you can, and a lot of times it's difficult to tell. Am I going to go under that, or am I not going to make it under that? Like if you're VFR, you know. And this is, I mean, it looks fantastic. It looks absolutely fantastic in my opinion. There's the jet. Oh, that's great. So the airport should be right over here-ish. Yeah, it should be like right there. And it should be, we should be actually on a perfect left base for it. For runway 12. Wilbur, I'm sorry that I don't think we're going to make it over to Santo Domingo today. I was thinking about doing that, but I'm going to have to bag it after this leg, unfortunately. And 10 miles out. Yeah, I don't have to drop the power that much. Still 10 miles out. So, I think I might have just gotten some wind shear from the jet off my wing here. Alright. There was no freeware available for this airport, unfortunately. Okay, so it's kind of like on like on the south side of this lake here. It looks like. Runway 12. It's been a fun flight today, though. And it really wasn't too bad in the Islander. I mean, I've said it myself. Like, in order to make a real difference in like flight time, it's got to be, you know, a good 50 knots, really. Like 20 knots 30 knots does not make that big of a difference. We'll go fuel pumps on. Back under 115. Drop some flaps. Jamie, that's a good question. Send me a message. Send me a message on there. So I'm not sure that I'll be checking in like on it today, but I don't know that I'm really going to be around per se today. But just either shoot me a message or shoot me an email, one of the two, Jamie. Yeah, Wilbur, hopefully you are. That would be awesome. Go mixtures full forward. Bring the try to get into the white arc here. Roger, Jamie. Awesome, dude. We'll get together. Brew Pilot, what's going on? You're either late or right on time, because we kind of did this like 2 hours early today. And 2 hours earlier than we normally do anyway. How far out are we? 5 miles. So I am quite high. 5 miles, I want to be at about 1,500 feet. But it is the Islander, so I'm not too worried about it. Not too worried about it. Gosh, it's beautiful. Look at this scenery. What's going on, Brew Pilot? How you been? There's nobody really to annoy, but I'm not gonna put my props full forward yet. I gotta say the scenery in Haiti has been very, very nice. Oh yeah, why don't we put our... Yep. So... yeah, I'm like way high. That's alright. Yeah, so I'm definitely excited to see what the scenery in Flight Sim 24 is going to look like. And the other thing about Flight Sim 24 is you're not going to have to download every world update. Like, you're not going to have to download scenery that you're not using. And you're not going to, like, the sim will be able to tell where you're flying and only download what you need. So it's going to be a lot easier on your streaming. It's going to be a lot easier, like, be less to download. Sorry about that, guys. Less to download for updates and things like that. Alright, we'll go props full forward. Four whites. Still got four whites. Props are completely out of sync. You can hear it. I mean, you can see it over here, but you can hear it. Alright, there we go. 2 white, 2 red. What? Do I have carbonites right now? No. So why? Why are my engines completely out of sync? Weird. Alright. Alright. Not too bad. Not too bad. Alright. It was weird, like my throttles were completely out of sync. And you could hear the props completely out of sync. I don't know why. Got fuel. Had the fuel pumps on. There's no carb ice. Mixtures were forward, props were forward. I don't quite understand. But there's a lot of things that I don't quite understand. Oh, yeah, Chris, or Jamie, you're right. You're right. Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, I would have wanted to catch the jet landing. That would have been pretty cool. So, here we are. Not too bad of an airport for a stock airport in someplace you wouldn't expect to see much in the way of scenery, you know. This is a pretty flight. I enjoyed this flight, I have to say. Then again, I pretty much enjoy every flight. Know if we've got anybody else coming in. So it looks like we got another 2 weeks of the beta. So another 2 weeks of split groups here. Throttles to idle, mixtures idle, cut off. Lights coming off. Flaps are up, fuel pumps are off, avionics master is off before the mags come off. Master and battery switches off. Let's get our boarding steps out. Remove all before flight. That's a good idea. Chocks. I need little buggers. And doors open. Oh, there's that DA-42. Look at that. That's pretty cool that they've actually got that in the sim. You know, as like a, because I mean, I don't own that plane. Boy, that is a sharp looking airplane. Oh, is that the 62? Yeah, it's the 62. That is a sharp looking airplane. It really is. Love that airplane. Super love that airplane. I wish I'd flown that today. We got a jet. We got a pretty good. Let me turn the outside volume down here a little bit. A pretty good variety of the light blues. Yeah, pretty good variety of airplanes today. But a good number of people in the beta too, from the looks of things. We'll see that gorgeous D18 come on in. JJ, I wrote that down. I'm gonna have to have a look at that and give that some consideration. I want to see what the performance difference is between that and the DA62. But I imagine the DA62 's probably not as good handling wise as or systems wise for that matter because it's stock plane. But man, that Beech 18 is such a beautiful airplane. Nice, park it on the grass. It's the way to do it. It's the way to do it. Gentlemen, this is a good flight today. Enjoyed this one. Get a group pick here. That was a good one. So next time, next time we're going over to Santo Domingo, which has got, we can get back on our, holy cow, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points of interest in Santo Domingo. And then one more along the route towards Punta Cana. 2 more. Well, 1 more that we haven't seen. And then we're going for the south of Puerto Rico. So here, well, actually, you know what? Let me hop out of my plane here, and let's go to the map, and we'll tell. Yeah, well, it was a good flight. It was fun. It was a good group. I'll show you the map here, and then I can show you what. So that's where we are right now, and there's Chris. And no. So next destination is going to be Santo Domingo. We've got all these little all these points of interest right here. Should do Costa Rica one day. I'm not against that idea at all. I'm not against that idea at all. As a matter of fact, I mean, big picture wise, right? We're heading back this way along the south of Puerto Rico, and maybe hit St. Croix, come over here, come down along the coast, along the coast, along the coast. And I love flying this way along the coast because then it's on the left side of your airplane. So in the captain seat you can get some good views. And then there's some great stuff in Colombia over here. Really some cool like coastal airports, and there's some cool stuff along here. I mean, yeah. I'm we have no, we have no need to stop. We can just keep right on going. But anyway, so we'll hop from here to Santo Domingo, check out all this stuff. We'll check out that, and then probably fast plane it from. We should fast plane it from here over to Ponce maybe because we did this right. We did that little. No, did we? Wait a minute. Oh no, we didn't do this. I thought that was the little point of interest between. Because remember right here, I think there was a point of interest on that little island, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure there was. Or no, it was right there. That's the one I'm looking about. That's what I'm thinking about. Um, oh, Sebastian, neat. That's awesome. Well, we'll see your country in your home city in close up view the next Wednesday. See a nice close up of that. But I want to see this little airport now. I want to find out about this and we'll see. So, but yeah, maybe we'll never wind up getting in our fast airplanes. Maybe we'll just keep putting along. But anyway, it Mona Island, okay, neat. I would like to check that out. And then we'll come see the Cabo Rojo Lighthouse. We'll come see the Museo Castillos. This is this is where I stopped trying to pronounce things in Spanish. We saw that. We saw these. But we didn't come up here, did we? We did not. We saw Saber Rock, but we didn't see Anagata. Well, we'll see. In any event, we'll be making our way along here next time, and I definitely want to see this little airport for sure. For sure. Um, Ponce, yeah, Babaso. We're gonna hit it. We're gonna hit it. Um, cool guys. So we shall next time be doing some more low and slow. We'll get some points of interest in, and oh, taxes. Boo! You should have done your taxes by now, Jason, right? Oh no, it's the 14th tomorrow. Oh, sorry. Yeah, exactly, Jason. Guys, sign up for Volanta. I'm on Volanta's Island Sim Pilot, and send me a friend, and then we can all. As a matter of fact, Volanta is a great way to organize these flights, really, because you can create flight parties on Volanta, and Volanta is free. You don't have to pay for it. So, um, that's not bad. Yeah, Sebastian, please do. Awesome. And yeah, get on Volanta, and yes for the VR footage and for the Volanta because it would be cool. It'd be good stuff. Um, yeah, Chris, I'm gonna do the same thing actually and try and figure that out because I'm miffed. I'm miffed that that didn't work. But I mean, geez, we have done. Let's see, from here, we've gone all the way through here, all the way here, all the way up here. Then what did we do? We came down, over, out here, up here, all the way down here, up here, down here, back down here. I mean, we've done some pretty good mileage. Um, Jason, no, there's nothing in sim for Volanta. It's external. But we've really covered some pretty good ground. JJ, I'm Island Sim Pilot on Volanta, so easy to find me. And like I said, there is a payware version. I have the paid version of Volanta, but only because they had like a $2 a month. They had a deal after Christmas, like $25 for a year. So I was like, why not? But I used Volanta free for like a year and a half, and it's great. Um, so without further ado, gentlemen, I will give you the rest of your Sundays back. I really appreciate everybody showing the support and flying along. It was a good time today. It was a good flight, as always. Haven't had a bad one yet, have we? And so I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna go get some lunch, and relax, and I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your Sunday. Jason, JJ, Chris, Bob, Sebastian, Bombasso, good to see you, my friends. Wilbur, thanks so much for dropping in. Really appreciate it. And RJ as well. Good to see you, sir. See, Wheels, Jamie, appreciate it. It's so good to see you. Thanks so much. Brew Pilot, good to see you as well. Auto Thrust Blue, if you're still around. Vale, if you're still around, good to see you guys. Don't be strangers. Join the Discord. Join us for flying sometime if you want to. Colomator 79, good to see you as well today. Buckman, you were it was great to see you as well today. Enjoyed that. Voyager Pilot, thank you for dropping in. Brooks was here for a little bit. That was good to see you, Brooks. And I think that covers pretty much everybody. What a good crowd today. Really good turnout. It was awesome. So, and D Dog was here. He had to leave early. But it was good to see D Dog and Faraz as well. So, Mark Carter was here earlier as well too. Blaze FM. Good to see everybody. Thank you guys so much. And Wilbur, you do the same. And Brew Pilot, you as well. Okay, JJ Stevens 1029. Cool. And I will jot that down. So you guys have a great rest of your Sunday. Thank you guys so much for coming out again. Really appreciate it. And Wilbur, take care. Everybody, be well, and we'll chat in the Discord. But we'll see each other Wednesday for another flight. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.